in the vast, uncharted depths of the internet, where countless stories intertwine, one chilling legend refuses to fade. The eerie tale of an abandoned chat room that seemed to predict a death before it even happened. Imagine a once thriving online space, alive with conversation and laughter, where strangers formed fleeting digital bonds. Then, without warning, the voices fell silent. The chat room became a ghost town, its once vibrant exchanges frozen in time. But in the eerie stillness, something deeply unsettling began to emerge. Those who dared to return noticed a pattern: cryptic messages, scattered among old conversations, hinting at something no one could explain. As they pieced together the fragments, a terrifying truth surfaced. The chat room had unknowingly documented a prophecy, a chilling forewarning of a real-life tragedy. Was it mere coincidence? A sinister prank? Or something far more disturbing? Tonight we delve into a digital mystery that blurs the line between reality and the virtual abyss. Once you hear this story, you'll never look at an empty chat room the same way again. Are you ready to uncover the horrifying truth? Welcome to Obscurograph.
Midnight shadows on the wall. I hear echoes in the hall. Whispers creeping through the air. Spirits lurking everywhere. Cold fingers brush my skin. Chill runs deep within. Eyes of darkness watch me sleep. In this house the sacred seep.
It all began on a rainy evening when Michael, seeking an escape from the mundane, stumbled upon an obscure forum while browsing the depths of the internet. Intrigued by a thread that mentioned an abandoned chat room, curiosity piqued, and he decided to explore further. As he entered the chat room, a wave of unease washed over him. The digital space felt frozen in time, with remnants of past conversations lingering like ghostly echoes. The atmosphere was thick with an unsettling silence, broken only by the sporadic flicker of old messages that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. Each line revealed cryptic warnings and ominous predictions, sending shivers down his spine. The isolation was palpable. It felt as if he were intruding on a secret that was never meant to be uncovered. With every click, the mystery deepened, drawing him further into a web of eerie connections and foreboding messages that hinted at something far more sinister lurking beneath the surface. As Michael delved deeper into the abandoned chat room, he stumbled upon a series of chilling messages that hinted at future events, each more unsettling than the last. One particular message caught his eye, a cryptic warning about an impending tragedy that seemed to eerily align with his own life. The words felt like a dark omen, suggesting that his death was not just a possibility, but a looming certainty. The psychological impact of these predictions weighed heavily on his mind. What began as mere curiosity transformed into a paralyzing fear, as Michael found himself constantly looking over his shoulder, questioning every interaction and decision. Each new message that echoed the earlier predictions intensified his anxiety, creating a suffocating atmosphere of dread. As days passed, the predictions began to unfold with alarming accuracy, each event mirroring the ominous warnings left behind in the chat room. Michael's sense of reality began to blur, leaving him trapped in a nightmare where the digital realm seemed to dictate his fate. As the days turned into a blur of anxiety, Michael could no longer ignore the chilling connection between the chat room's predictions and real-life events. It started with minor incidents: a friend's sudden illness, a car accident involving a familiar face, each eerily echoing the ominous messages left behind. But then, the predictions escalated. A close family member experienced a near-fatal mishap, and Michael's heart raced as he recalled a specific warning about a loved one's danger. Desperate to regain control, Michael attempted to rationalize these occurrences, convincing himself that coincidences were merely a product of an overactive imagination. Yet, with each new event, the weight of dread grew heavier, making it increasingly difficult to dismiss the foreboding messages. The tension mounted as Michael became consumed by fear, haunted by the thought that he might be next. Every creak of the floorboards, every flicker of the lights felt like a harbinger of doom, leaving him trapped in a spiraling nightmare where the line between the digital and the real blurred dangerously. Driven by a mix of desperation and fear, Michael embarked on a harrowing journey to confront the source of the chilling predictions. Each sleepless night was filled with emotional turmoil as he wrestled with the haunting thought that his fate was already sealed. Determined to find answers, he returned to the abandoned chat room, hoping to uncover the truth behind the ominous messages. In his quest, Michael encountered other users who had also experienced similar predictions, each sharing their own spine-tingling stories of foreboding events that had come to pass. These conversations only deepened his sense of dread as he realized he was not alone in this nightmare. As he delved deeper into the chat room's dark history, the suspense escalated. Old threads revealed a tangled web of past users who had vanished without a trace, leaving behind cryptic clues and warnings. The atmosphere grew thick with tension, and Michael felt an overwhelming sense of being watched, as if the very essence of the chat room was alive and waiting for him to uncover its secrets. The air was thick with tension as Michael sat alone in his dimly lit room, the glow of the computer screen illuminating his anxious face. It was the night the final prediction was set to unfold, and every instinct screamed that something terrible was about to happen. The chat room had warned of a catastrophic event, one that would change everything. Heart racing, he replayed the ominous messages in his mind, each word echoing like a death knell. In that moment, Michael faced a critical choice: to confront the impending doom head-on, or to flee and risk losing everything he held dear. With a deep breath, he chose to stay, driven by a fierce determination to break the cycle of fear that had consumed his life. As the clock ticked down, the emotional stakes soared. Memories of loved ones flashed before his eyes, and the weight of his decision pressed heavily on his chest. Just as the clock struck midnight, a chilling realization washed over him. The prediction was not just about him, it was about everyone he cared for. The climax had arrived, and the consequences of his choice loomed larger than ever. As the final moments of this terrifying journey unfold, one question lingers. Was this an elaborate coincidence, a digital ghost story, or something far more sinister? Michael's descent into the depths of the abandoned chat room led him down a path where reality and the virtual world became disturbingly intertwined. What began as a casual late-night curiosity spiraled into a living nightmare, where every message seemed to tighten the grip of fate around him. But the most unsettling part? The chat room is still out there. Its messages remain frozen in time, waiting for the next unsuspecting visitor to stumble upon its ominous whispers. Could that visitor be you? The internet is full of mysteries. Some are meant to be solved, others are best left undisturbed. Which ones are you willing to risk uncovering? If you found this story chilling, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to keep exploring the dark corners of the online world. But be warned, some stories are better left unread.